This is Radio Woking.
So, who inspired you first to really make the music? Me? Yeah, because I mean, you and Jan obviously met, but were there inspirations there before you?
There were inspirations. I've always loved Hazel O'Connor. I've always, my mum has always listened to her, and so I've been brought up with that music. I think she's a great person, and I think her music's great. How she writes, and from my perception of her, she's very real and honest, and I sort of can relate to her in them ways, because my music's about being real and honest, and from past experiences.
So I was reading through, bits and pieces which you've sent me over. So you've got lots of inspirations. You've got people like, Amy Winehouse, what a voice she had, and people, new artists as well, like Celeste coming through. There's a certain style which, you can hear some of that in your music, that style. But that rawness as well comes across in your music. So when you first began, when you were young, were you always into music, or was it more of a new thing that kind of came about when you guys met?
I was always into music, always listening to music. I remember always shutting myself away in my room and listening to music. That was my escape. That was my therapy, really.
Yeah.
And I suppose this is where I come from now, and where I want to help others, how music helped me when I was a child. So yeah, I'm coming from that sort of perception of it all.
Your creative process, do you guys normally get together always to write songs? Or do you write your own songs and then, play them to each other? And once you've made the songs, what's kind of the normal process that you go through?
The process tends to be that Rachael and I will write the lyrics to a song, and then we go through existing tracks, mostly instrumental tracks, to see what kind of vibe we think the song needs. And then we go into the studio with the boys, with our producers, and say, right, here are the lyrics, and we think it could go something like this. And then the two main backing track writers are Angus Wilson and Mike Bennett, keyboards and guitar, respectively.
Yeah.
They'll sit down, we all sit around and just start playing notes and strumming chords until something clicks. And then it goes, right, let's do that. And we work really quickly. We'll just go straight into the studio and lay it down.
Yeah.
And that's the way it works.
Okay. Well, I think we should give the listeners a chance to hear your new single, which is out today.
Yeah.
It's called Strong Enough. We're going to play it, and then you can just tell me more about the song. All right. So here it is on Radio Woking. It's Rachael King, and it's the new single, Strong Enough.
You are killing me, you're holding me back, the way you love me and what we should have. You wanna stay with me, I need you to grow, respect what we have, trust me, you'll know. I find it hard to believe you, I find it hard to be sure. You say you don't want to change me, but I hope it only don't. Don't wanna live a life without you, 'cause a love like this is rare. Are you strong enough to love me? Are you strong enough to care? Don't wanna live a life without you, 'cause a love like this is rare. Are you strong? Are you strong?
This is Radio Woking.
Listen to Micky Meza on Radio Woking on this Friday morning. You just heard the brand new single from local singer-songwriter Rachael King, Strong Enough, released today. This single, by the way, is available to buy on Bandcamp and stream on all the major platforms. The video is going to be released today at 1 p.m. on the Facebook page, and the website is rachaelking.com, and that's Rachael. The Instagram page is at Rachael King Music, and the Facebook page is also at Rachael King Music. And I've still got Rachael King in the studio with me this morning talking about her new music. Let's talk about the track itself, the Strong Enough new single. What's it about?
Well, here goes. I've always looked at myself as damaged goods, whether people take that good or bad. It's basically from my mental health. I've had quite bad mental health, and from that, I've always looked at how I've looked at things is, are you strong enough to love me because of all my sort of issues and things like that, or are you? There's lots of ways of looking at it as well. Are you strong enough to love me because I'm quite a strong person from all my experiences and mental health.
Yeah.
So it could conflict it a bit, but that's sort of where it was, how it was sort of written and where it sort of comes from.
Do you think writing tracks like this and making music like this helps you mentally?
Yeah. Definitely. So it helps me. It's like if you sit down and you know write all your feelings and things on a bit of paper, it helps put them all into perspective. And it's therapy, I find.
I think during the lockdown and during the pandemic, I think a lot of people struggled and could probably relate more to people that, you know, have had mental, have needed maybe help sometimes in their lives. They've had issues, and maybe started to get maybe a little bit of an idea of what it could be like. And I think they found music like therapy as well.
Yes.
And I guess for you, making the music is therapy.
Yes,
yeah,
it was definitely so.
Okay, so let's go off then. Let's talk about different bits and pieces. So if you could open a show for any artist, who would it be?
If I could open a show for any artist, who would it be?
Celine
Dion.
Yeah.
That's a big one, isn't it?
See, when I think Celine Dion, I think of Titanic, and I think of My Heart Will Go On.
And her standing, yeah. The edge of the ship.
But is there anyone else that really? How about anyone? So you've got your influences.
Yes.
Is there anyone you'd really like to collaborate with?
Oh, I don't know. That's a bit of a tough question, actually, and I haven't really thought of that.
I think there could be some really interesting collaborations between you and urban artists.
Yeah,
because that's also a very big thing for you, and it doesn't feature in our music at all.
No.
And it's very current as well. Like your style is pretty current.
Yes.
You know, we've talked about the likes of people like, you know, Amy Winehouse, but then you've got Celeste, who's still a rising star, but she's been everywhere the last couple of years. So that style is definitely in. It's quite chilled, it's quite laid back, but it's also got that rawness and that realness about it, which is what people like. So where have you performed at the moment? Is there anywhere you've obviously been performing for a while, I'm guessing, but
we haven't done any, because where we've been writing and getting the structure of the songs together in the studio with the boys, we haven't really had a chance to perform, and then COVID coming in as well. So we've been concentrating. We've been really performing in the studio. We've done a few live acoustic versions of the songs we have. But yeah, we haven't had a chance to get out there yet.
The other thing is that there's 9 of us in the band.
Okay, so there's quite a few of you.
And Rachael quite rightly feels very strongly about making any live shows, unless they're acoustic shows, but major gigs, that all the band is on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it will happen in the future.
You'll get there, definitely.
We will get there, yes.
Okay. Any messages for your fans or people that maybe just hearing your music for the first time today on the radio? Is there anything you'd like to say to them? Apart from go out and download it or buy it, stream it.
I just hope they enjoy it, really. And, and it can light something up in their souls, just enjoy it, be happy and sing along.
What's next for you, do you think?
Well, we have written the second album, haven't we, as well?
Yeah, we did that mainly because there's a thing in music, and this is what frustrates the major record labels, because we've got our own label, and that is that if the first album is a success, they want the second album out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But of course, the band is too busy promoting it and spending their money. It doesn't happen for a while, but that's why we've got the second album already recorded. So
that's good.
Yeah.
If this flies, we can bring it out straight away.
So the first album, when's the release date of the first album?
The 3rd of September.
Okay.
This year. Yeah.
And what's the album called?
That's The Fire's in My Head.
Okay. Just obviously Strong Enough taken from that album.
Yes.
What are the other tracks like on that album? Are they similar to Strong Enough, or is it slightly different style?
Some stuff we got quite. I mean, when you're writing and singing about past experiences, some of it's quite sort of down tempo, isn't it? It's quite low. But the thing is with me is I don't look at it and feel depressed over it, so to speak. It gives me that fire.
Yeah.
But there's a mix and match, isn't there? Because it's very.
I think all of the songs are very positive. There's nothing about depression and stuff. It's all about looking at the good side of any situation, even if that situation is bad, not that great.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a song you want us to play from the album? If you could pick any other song from the album, just give people a little taster of that.
I would actually pick up one of the more up-tempo ones.
Bouncing Back.
Bouncing Back is a great one.
Okay.
Bouncing Back.
All right, let's play Bouncing Back on Radio Woking.
On your body, get out of my head, go take it hard. I'm out of here, I think we're done. Gonna drink some beer and have some fun.
You're tuned to Radio Woking Friday morning. Thanks for choosing us, by the way. And I've still got Rachael King in the studio, local singer-songwriter. We've just heard another cut from the album, actually, Bouncing Back. And the album's called The Fires in My Head. And let's just talk more about who put together this album. Because, Jan, I mean, was it you who played the drums on this, Jan, or...?
Okay, this is going to sound really pretentious. I am a drummer, but I've never played on my own sessions.
Okay.
Because I can't be subjective about my own playing.
Yeah.
Plus, Gareth Ashton, who's also our sound engineer and editor and co-writer,
yeah.
He plays drums. He's really solid. And he can play to a click track, which always puts me off. So he was the right man for the job.
Perfect.
Yes, for sure. I would like to say a thank you to everyone that's worked on the album, because without them, I wouldn't have been able to do this, basically. So there's Martin Winnan and Matt Holland that were on horns and sax. Jenny Green, who is great. She's our backing vocalist. And Gareth, obviously, Ashton, who Jan's just mentioned, the drummer and producer and co-writer, and also Gus, who also plays on the piano through the album. What else did you say? You said
Fat Mike.
Fat Mike. Everyone calls him Fat Mike, but he's not. He's skinny. He's our he actually does the electric guitar as well, doesn't he? And acoustic. But without all of these guys, you know, I wouldn't have been able to do this without them. And I didn't have any belief in myself. And they come along and they've had belief in me. And it's built me with confidence and what I've needed. And yeah, I just thank them all so much. And obviously Jan here, who co-writes, and yeah, it's been brilliant, hasn't it, Jan?
It's been by far the best creative project I've ever worked on.
All of these guys have just, they're just brilliant. I can't thank them enough for what they've done.
Well, it sounds like you've put something together that's really special. And we thank you for coming in to the studio this morning and talking more about the album and the new single. And the new single is out today. It's called Strong Enough, and it's available to buy on Bandcamp and stream on all major platforms as well. It comes out at 1 p.m. today, along with a video on the Facebook page. The website is rachaelking.com. That's RACHAEL, by the way. The Instagram page is at Rachael King Music, and the Facebook page is at Rachael King Music as well. So thank you both for coming in. And
thank you for having us.
And you're welcome.
Thank you, Micky. It's been great.
And you're welcome to come back.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you again soon.
This is Radio Woking.